Welcome to Elite Escort the Expedition. One of the quests I hate the most in this game. This is where you have to escort Coil and his two companions to the Library of Threnal without him dying. And as you probably know, Coil dies very easily, and he's a jerk. I mean, just look at him. So, 11th level. Picked up Divine Punishment. That's great for bosses that are immune to my other spells, or that don't take a lot of damage from them. It's one of the best dots in the game. The light damage from it, light damage affects almost everything. For equipment, I have moved some things around. I've got these Resistance 6 goggles, and they have Masterful Craftsmanship on it, so they're minimum level 9, so that's a pretty valuable item. I found those. I was pretty happy about that. Retributive Magecraft Plate of Axe Block, that's the same armor. Fortification, Bracers. This is pretty embarrassing. Con 3 ring. I'd like Con 5. I can't benefit from 6 at this point because it'd be an odd number. But with the way that I wanted to move things around, I could not afford. There actually weren't any con rings on the auction house, or at least none that weren't outrageously priced. So I'm down 11 hit points from where I should be, and of course one off my fortitude save. But I really wanted these speed 6 boots. I got these super cheap, and I was just really tired of moving around so slow. Feather falling gloves with a yellow slot, so I might keep these a little long term. Really like that slot. I've been farming out the rares in Giant Hold. Starting at level 10 as soon as I could go out there, so it was a little tough to get some of those rares, but I'm building up a small stash of relics so I can purchase some augments from Giant Hold once I get level 12. The lowest level augments that you can buy with relics out in Giant Hold are level 12. Natural Armor 5 ring, that's the same. Hit points 30 belt. Charisma 6 cloak. Voice of the Master is the same. Wisdom 5 necklace is the same. Wizardry 5 helm is the same. And then the shield plus 3 retributive light. Darkwood shield of riposte, that's the same as last video. And the plus 2 flaming longsword of feeding is also the same. And I've got the ruby of radiance 54 on there. Got into a bidding war last night over a shamanic fetish in the elite one in the auction house. It was pretty cheap, but couldn't stay up for the end of it and lost the auction. I'm gonna be farming out one of those once I start doing Giant Hold. I also tried to farm out a Twisted Talisman out of Last Stand in Red Fens. I did it on Elite and then Hard and Normal, but I didn't pull one. I didn't pull one of those for my beginners series in the Druid either when I did it on all 3 difficulties. So I'm a little surprised about that. It's not too rare of a drop, and it would have been nice to have the 350 spell point clickies. Don't talk to them yet, because there's a whole bunch of casters up here. I do have some of the buffs from House P on me right now, the resist and jump and stuff. I already failed this quest once. I tried to leave Coil at the beginning and clear down. I don't know why I thought that would work, because I knew that technique does not work. Something attacks him, I don't know what. But I actually got really far. So far that I thought maybe they made some changes. I almost got all the way to the library before he was dead. Elite Last Stand was quite a challenge. That really took everything I had, took all my stall points, and the biggest challenge was keeping Virtua Advers alive. There was at one point where he had no pixels of health. I don't know how he must have had like 1 hit point. But I was able to pull it out, and then hard and normal weren't a problem. I'm hoping I can clear a little bit of the way. At some point, something triggers spawns back here. It's gotta be. Unless there's just some wandering monsters. Ooh, I just thought of a strategy that might work. That I've never tried before. Yep. You jerks stay. Oh. No, I cannot toggle. Oh, that's terrible. I did this for the dwarf in the western excavation. I had him stay in the shrine room toward the beginning and close the door on him. And then I did that. Or was it coming back? I might have done it both. I definitely did it coming back up. There's a shrine room that you can lock off. Haven't spent any more points in enhancements. This might be new, the efficient maximize. And I'm gonna get the next tier of that once I get one more action point. I can really use the spell point savings. Oh, come on, something's attacking coil. That is phenomenal. must be what killed him last run. Oh, I want to plug the help channel on Sarlona. There's a channel if you're a newer player that new players and experienced players that are willing to help can join, and it's just called help. And if you don't know how to join a channel, you just type /join channel and then space into the name like help. Apparently there is a help channel in Thalanis. I don't know if it's active. I'm the only one in there, so I'm guessing it's not active. And then if you can you can make a new window and then rename it whatever you want. Help. And then you can set the incoming. It's user chat 1. If it's the first chat room that you join would be user chat 1, the second one would be 2, and so on. So you won't want to set, if you did that, you'd want to make sure you set the outgoing text to user chat 1. And then there's nobody there, but and then it would just come up if you're in that window. But if you're not in that window, then you can just type /1 and then oops, if you're in party, you want to have incoming set to user chat 1, and you just type /1, and then you can, it doesn't matter what window you're in, you can type /1 and it'll go to user chat 1. And then if you want to leave a channel, you just type /leave channel, and then the name, you just left help. And now I'm going to destroy that window. But I am in the help channel on Sarlona, as well as many other helpful players. Pretty cool. Sarlona, as of about a month ago, is now the default server for new players. Definitely seen an influx of noobs. And if any of you are watching, welcome to Sarlona. I'm really looking forward to the next part, because my understanding is that now it doesn't matter if Coil dies when you're doing hold for reinforcements. And so I'm going to let him die and laugh about it, because I hate him. If you haven't seen it, there's an app that you can go to, somewhere on the forums, and it's just a punch Coil app. You can just click it and it punches Coil, and you can just sort of vent and let it out and make him pay for all the misery that he's caused you. this quest has methods and glass spiders and coil, like everything irritating in the game in one quest. If only Anna were here. Maybe Anna and Coil can get together and just go away. I wish Caught in the Web had a selection where you could say, here, Loth, you can have Anna and the Forgotten Realms. Just stay the hell out of Eberron. Because I would select it. There are traps along here. Some pretty serious ones. But, Coil cannot be hurt by them. I don't know why they didn't trigger just now. There they are. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Phenomenal. Let's see how long I'm gonna stay alive. I can go down to -30 before dying. Well, I'm gonna have 12 rolls to get a 10% chance to stabilize. That means I should have a 120% chance of stabilizing. We'll see if the odds are in my favor. This is the climactic part of the video. Do not show this again. This is probably the most ridiculous experience I've ever had in this quest. Right at the end, well, I guess it's not the end, but it's the end of escorting Coil. Yay, I stabilized. Talk to me, Coil. You're supposed to say, okay, we'll stay here and let you do all the work. Okay. Good enough for me. Resist Sonic. How about some new buffs? punishment for the win. These guys aren't friendly at all. Last video I said afterwards I was going to pug out Von 2 because I couldn't do it solo. And then I looked on the LFM and there were 4 LFMs up, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's expected to be slow. But then I looked at the who list. There were literally like 130 people on the entire server. That's pretty slow. I think Sarlona would have at least a couple hundred on, if not double that at that time of night. This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, Wand of Eternal Spark of Light. When I was a noob, my first tune was a wizard, Azalea, who's now a secondary druid I have. But you know, I had the Eternal Wand of Finger of Fire, doing like 1d6 damage or whatever. And my big plan to be Uber was I was gonna get Wand and Scroll Mastery maxed out, and I was gonna use the Eternal Wand of Finger of Fire, and that was how I was gonna, you know, make my way through DDO. I was quite familiar with pen and paper rules, but didn't fully understand that the rules here are just sort of loosely based on it. In pen and paper, if you had a wand, an Eternal Wand that did d6 damage, and you could amp that up, that would be a pretty decent wand to use, just for like general use, at least for like single-digit levels. But I quickly realized that that wasn't going to be a viable plan for DDO. I have Quicken turned off for my buffs, and if you're not familiar with how to do that, you can just right-click the buff and turn your, have your Metamagic's turned like always on or always off, or standard is an option too. Standard just means whether or not, it'll follow whether or not you have them turned on here. What are you doing up there? Come on now. Come down here so I can blast you. Or die. Yep, that's all I can do is spam flame strike at mobs. Gonna have to light dot this guy. This fire's not gonna work too well against him. Let's see how he likes the wand of light. Probably just should have amped up my wand and scroll mastery at low levels for this tune. Maybe Misery's Peak wouldn't have been so painful. Gold coin. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to sell those or just get some cookies to play with. Somebody's selling 100 stacks. I saw multiple 100 stacks on the auction house here. Wonder why that is. Save that shrine for now. Man, that's been tight. Well, I'll just use it. Because I'm too lazy to come all the way back. There's another shrine too. This is another quest that, like, I'll do this chain once per life at most. But, if you don't know, this is the chain that gives you your Mantle of the World Shaper, which is why I want to do it on this tune. And if you have the voice of the Master and the Mantle of the World Shaper on, you get a set bonus called DM's Vision, which is True Sync, which is pretty cool. I remember thinking that was so awesome when I was a noob. I was like, I'm never taking this set bonus off. It's crazy awesome. I'll never find anything better. But then I grew up. But if you don't know, you can combine the Voice of the Master and the Mantle of the World Shaper in the Epic Altar, and I think you need a few tokens, like tokens of the 12. You'll want to look it up on Wiki, but it's something like that. And then you can turn it into an augment called the Gift of the Master, and it's a colorless augment, and that gives you 5% bonus to XP. It eats up your voice and your mantle, so you'll need to farm another one, but totally cool that you can actually slot the XP part of it. Your strength is too low. I'm getting tired of seeing that message on this life. But I've decided, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do next for Ginger Spice in terms of next life. And I wasn't going to do another Morning Lord. But I think I'm going to give Cleric a try. I haven't played Cleric since they did the enhancements, the enhancement pass. And so far this experience with low level Favorite Soul has been pretty frustrating because of the lack of SLAs. And I really want to give Cleric a try, see what the SLAs are like, see what the new enhancement tree is like. So I'm going to do another Morning Lord life as a full-blown Cleric on Ginger Spice. And that'll give me my third Morning Lord past life. But the whole Favorite Soul thing is really disappointing because this is a premium class. I mean, you gotta pay for this. And, you know, you ought to be able to, you know, if you're paying extra for it, you know, you ought to have a little something special. And it's just really lackluster anymore. And I actually did use Turbine points to buy Favorite Soul back in the day because I remember looking at the amount of favor that was needed to unlock it, you know, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and thinking, I will never get that much favor. Your intelligence is too low. You are dumb. Thanks for playing. Eternal Wand of Breaking Barrels. missed something over here. If I remember correctly, these guys are too fat to fit through the door. I don't want to waste mana on them. Holy smokes, there's a fire reaver in the library. How did that happen? It's all Coil's fault. $17 grand, not bad. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube, and if you have, and if you're on Sarlona, or you happen to be on the Lannis while I'm playing this tune, you're more than welcome to send me a tell.